Welcome all to Write That Down on Probetus podcast. I'm your host, Matt Fisher. We are live again. To my left, we have Mr. Phil Irwin.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you.
Yes, good to see you as well, Phil. Before we move, and across from me, we have Mark Jensen.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, ma, yo. And to my right, Miss Chrissy Lund.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Before we get started officially or unofficially, I don't even know when we start this thing anymore. Phil has a hat next to him.
I do.
Yeah. Want to show everybody your hat?
Sure.
Yeah, so he asked me if he could wear his hat. And immediately as I walked into the studio, I'm like, well, I don't care, nor do I have the authority to say yes or no. But then apparently I made a look, Chrissy, that like, he's like, because he had the hat on.
Yeah, I did.
And then you asked if let's reenact it. Well, you got your...
No, I'll do it again.
Put it on.
Okay.
I'll put it over the headphones.
All right.
Oh, no.
So I'm wearing the hat.
Okay. And then I see you in the hat. I'm like, oh, he's got a hat on. That's nice. I mean, I didn't even literally think anything of it. And then it was like...
I said, hey, Matt, do you mind if I wear a hat? It's been really windy today. I rode my motorcycle, had a helmet on.
No, you didn't say anything about a motorcycle or your hair.
My hair looks really fluffy.
All you said was, can I wear a hat?
He had the internal dialogue.
Yeah.
Okay. But none of it was verbalized.
That's the rationale behind the hat is like, I'm not confident being on camera today with this hair, so I wanted to wear the hat.
Okay, but still, all you said, the words that came out were, Matt, can I wear my hat?
Let the man wear a hat.
And he looked at me and
I must have gone like this.
Yeah.
Because that face in my mind was like, I don't care if you wear a hat. Like, what are you even asking me for? But he took it as,
oh, I better take it off. Matt's upset.
yes.
So I put it down.
We've only been working together now for like 3 or 4 months, so he doesn't know me at all yet, and knowing my facial expressions.
I can't read you at all.
What? Oh, come on.
Everybody else is like, oh, don't listen to Matt. Do what you want. And I'm still, what is it? Was it Raj from Van Wilder?
Was it Raj?
Taj?
Yeah, was it Raj or Taj?
I don't know.
I think it was Raj.
Anyway, I'm still that guy. I'm like, okay, I better do it.
You're still writing it down. We only
Put the hat on.
have 3 episodes left after this one, and we're done.
By the way, before those 3 episodes are done, I think we should have a guest.
Oh, you do?
Ooh. I don't know.
I think we should have a guest.
You better watch out, Phil. You're going to get the glare again.
Who?
Wouldn't that be great, Matt?
Yeah, if you want a guest, you can give up your chair and they can sit in your
Is
chair.
that really all it takes?
Yeah.
So if I don't show up next week and it's somebody else, you would talk to them?
No, I wouldn't even move
You
the
just
camera.
ignore
them the whole
It would just be Mark, Chrissy, and I.
Oh,
so.
boy.
Okay.
All right, so we're live, by the way. Thank you all who hit the bell or clicked the bell and are reminded to watch us live. If you want to see us live, feel free to click that bell, and you'll be reminded next time. I'd like to officially start now with a question, and no, I can't. I wrote something else down here. This isn't picking on Phil Day today. I promise it's not.
But it's going to be.
That means that it is.
That means
Yeah.
it is.
I'm going to brace
right.
for impact.
So Phil asked me a question at work today. He said he needed a swag pro, and in this industry, like I've been called so many things. Most of the time, it's like jerk face or whatever. But as long as people call me, I don't care because that means they're doing a job. But he called me a swag pro, and he said he needed the help of a swag pro, and all I really offered him was a hug. And
I said, and he's like, do you need a hug?
no, I think I even just said, like, I want to give you a hug. Like,
You interrupted my question and asked if what I needed was in fact a hug.
Yeah,
And that surprised me.
and it was like, no, I'll come to my office. I need your opinion on something. So then I went in his office and he asked me, and I didn't have a sufficient answer for him. And I then again said, okay, really, it doesn't matter. What you're asking is not like anything that's going to be a problem with your job at all. Like, you can just move on and everything will be fine. And then I offered a hug again.
You did.
And then that was...
Awkward.
He could see my face.
No, it wasn't awkward for me or
Just
Phil.
checking.
It was straight up. No, I'm not good with your answer. I need you to answer my question so I feel fine.
Can I interrupt here for a moment?
Please.
Phil came in my office on Tuesday and gave me a hug.
Is our HR person listening?
Yeah. because I covered for him so.
It was a consensual hug.
Yes,
I
we
didn't
were
just
good.
like
He
ambush
asked.
her.
My hug gonna be
He asked.
Oh, great, Chrissy. Now, poor Phil, he's going to go home and all his luggage and all his belongings are going to be on the front
No,
step because
he
you
was so.
hugged him. He is a
was
married
so
man and a dad.
thankful. Wait, he was so thankful that I covered for him on Monday for his birthday, so he could go have fun with his wife, his lovely wife.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Well,
Well,
with
now-
the wife the night before and then hugs the coworker the next day. This is drama.
It was a platonic hug.
Mark's
It's
just
actually a sideways hug.
Mark's stirring the pot.
No, Phil. This is my face now. This is my angry face.
Matt's mad that he didn't get a hug.
Yeah, like now I thought like you just didn't like hugs.
Nope.
No, hugs are
It
great.
was your hug he didn't
Hugs
want.
are great.
Yeah.
And I offered a hug not once but twice.
I'll give you a hug.
All right, so then I had to dig deep, and I was like, yeah, this is probably what happened. And I was pulling crap out of my butt at that point, and it was enough of a swag pro answer for Phil to say,
Never mind, I'll go ask Chrissy.
no. It was he was satisfied.
Yeah, I finally got. Yeah.
Yeah,
I finally got an answer.
I answered your question, and you were happy with it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still didn't get a hug,
Yeah.
so I think you owe me a hug, potentially two.
Maybe you should hug on air.
I don't know if that's even possible. We're
Yeah,
strapped to
we're
it.
like a
attached.
little bit far away. I'm like
Yeah.
3 feet from you right now.
Put your hand out, Phil.
Okay.
Reach out.
Oh my! Look at that. We're close. Oh, there. You get a handshake. That's
No,
as
that's
close as it
that's
gets.
a hand hug.
Okay.
All right, I'll take it.
If it
How
makes you feel
nice.
better.
It does. All right, so here's a question for everybody since you've
Chrissy,
all...
is that you kicking me under the table?
Chrissy?
No, my feet are over here.
All right. fine. Okay, so for some reason in my mind, I don't know where I learned this, and I probably didn't learn it. It was probably on a television show at one point, but I was prepared as a young child that when you go into a job interview, they're going to ask you random questions. And that random question that's always stuck in my head, which I don't even know if it's a real question that's ever been asked in an interview, is if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be and why?
That's why
Phil.
would somebody ask that in an interview?
I don't know, but
Oh,
that's what
okay.
my brain says, and
Okay.
that's...
I would be a brisket tree. And then I could take the brisket and put it in my brisket like fanny pack, like we talked about a couple seasons ago. And I would always, I'd never be hungry.
Okay, so I'm gonna accept that as an answer. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
accept any answer. So a brisket tree, and so now we can do magical trees.
Yep.
So now you've set the bar like way up here. We're not just talking about elms and cottonwoods and maples. We're talking about potentially trees that produce brisket.
It's true, because like a maple tree, it's a lot of work to get just syrup from that. But a brisket tree is just ready to go.
Okay, so now this magic tree. Well, I guess it's a magic tree. It can just propagate fruit.
It's not fruit though; it's brisket.
Well, if it's from a tree, is it not fruit? Because
Well, I guess then the question is are you willing to give up brisket as you know it to have brisket as a tree brisket?
whoa,
Because tree brisket doesn't sound as good as regular brisket.
kind of sounds like it could be a thing.
Is
now.
it organic?
It could be more dry.
Oh Lord, organic. Now we're there again.
So a brisket tree? Okay, thank you. And he's gonna put it in his brisket fanny pack. Mark
That he wears
Jensen.
around his brisket trunk.
Yes. Mark Jensen, what type of tree would you be and why?
The type of tree I'm going to be is an apple tree, so I can spread my fruits and labor to others.
Spread your fruits.
That was going to be my backup if you didn't accept brisket. Because either way, I get fed.
So you're okay, but you are the tree,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
so you're eating yourself.
Oh,
Oh, man.
uh-oh.
I would like to change
Conflict
my answer.
of interest.
No. See, that's why I'm an apple tree. So my
spreading his fruit.
You're
Yep,
helping
spread
people.
my
Mark's
fruit.
going
I
to
like that.
be an apple tree to spread his fruit. All right, Chrissy.
I'll be a money tree.
All right, so she's gone down the path, and I've actually heard of a money tree before. But
Yeah.
I think that's
Doesn't grow real
literally
money.
no, but I think there's like a real
There
tree
is.
called a money tree.
Yeah. What about a rubber tree? Wasn't there a song about that once?
I think so. I think it's Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Yeah, the band that played it was called the Rubber Band. You're welcome.
Oh no.
So that was a complete dad joke,
That
and
was
Chrissy
terrible. It was
lost
so
her
awesome.
mind because
She
it was so
liked-
good.
yeah, she thought it was
no,
funny.
she did think it was funny, and this is my face. I kind of did my angry, sad face, which is this.
So with the rubber
Rubber
tree
band.
is a member of the family like the Trojan.
Help me Get me out of this conversation.
All right.
Should never have said
Yeah,
it.
okay,
The rubber band cover band.
Great. Well, that went about as well as I expected it would. Let's talk about the quote for the week. I have a sheet this week that's got actual words on it, unlike last week. So I've come in prepared. When Phil sent me the quote this week, I literally had no idea what I was talking about. Like it didn't make any sense to me.
You read your own words and couldn't
I
understand
could
it.
not understand what I was saying.
It was funny because you're like, what does that mean? And I explained it to you.
and I
Nice.
still didn't get it. And it wasn't until today that I read it again. I don't know. I think it wasn't even Monday. It was Tuesday. But I was just like, I don't get what I'm saying.
I can help. I'll provide an example if the audience.
Well, no,
isn't
I get
clear.
it now.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe the audience will be as
You
confused.
should share
as I
with the
am.
rest of us.
Oh, would you?
Yeah, I'd like-
You didn't get the email I sent.
I got the email. I didn't read the email.
Mark, how about you?
I read it, but we do have a comment
Oh, and it,
from Eric. Eric, are you working hard today? No. He said, hand hugs don't count.
ooh, so that I feel like Eric wants to see Phil and I hug.
And Shannon says, money tree, yes.
Thanks, Shannon.
Great.
And Eric also says, cashews come from a fruit.
Cashews come from a fruit.
Yeah.
All right, Eric and I are gonna have to have a chat. He's gonna have to explain that to me. All right, so when it comes to what side to choose with brats and burgers, always choose another brat or burger. Okay, so when I read that the first time in my head, when it comes to a side to choose with brats and burgers, always choose another brat and burger. So in my head, when I read it the first time, it's like, what side do you choose? Do you choose brats or do you choose burgers? But the reality is, what I was saying is like the side dish that comes with a brat or a burger. So you're going through the line at, a picnic or something. You got brats and burgers, and then there's potato salad and coleslaw and all that stuff. And the person serving it to you is like, what would you want for a side? Your answer should be
I don't need a side. I'll just take another brat or burger, Matt.
exactly, which is genius.
Says the brisket tree.
Just double it up.
Double meat.
Okay, so why in the world would I have said that, Phil?
Because you're a wise man. Why waste your, the spatial inventory of your stomach on sides that you don't like as well as the main dish? Go all in on the main dish. In fact, double it up, and then let all the other people at the party eat the sides.
So I've said some pretty wise things over the years that you've cataloged, and that is the wisest in your mind, or one of them.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Mark, what do you think?
Well, before I get to that, Katie says, almonds are seeds, not nuts.
Oh my goodness, this table's full of nuts.
Oh, this
was
is
a pretty good
this is
joke.
honestly like so. Like I gave you an insight into what our day's like at the office in Grand Forks, where Phil's rejecting hugs and asking really important things of me, and Katie's correcting everybody, and Eric is a wealth of knowledge.
Eric
and,
always has the random facts.
He does.
It's super helpful.
and that's you're seeing that playing live right now on the book face.
Eric, can I do an Eric impression?
Yes, please.
He'll come in and he'll ask me a regular question. So we have our back and forth dialogue, work related, and then he'll go, Phil, did you know? And then he'll drop the knowledge on me. And it's very commonly something that I didn't know. But I get super excited if he tells me, and I'm like, yes, I was aware of this information. Because he's
you
a
can
wealth
match
of knowledge.
wits.
He's especially good in the pop culture arena, like music and movies. Like that guy knows his stuff. It's great.
So, regarding pop culture, isn't pop like popular? That's what pop stands for. It's always different at different eras, right? So, like, is he an expert at pop culture all time, like ancient Roman pop culture, or like what is pop culture?
I'd be willing to bet he knows ancient Roman pop culture.
I would too. I'm just wondering how far back it goes.
We were talking about Jesus Christ Superstar the other day, and that's ancient Roman pop. Literally, that subject matter made into current pop culture.
Interesting.
I don't think so, Mark.
No?
No. I'm so busy making sales, I don't have time for all this.
And isn't there an unofficial contest
There
going on
is.
right now? What is that contest?
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but Mark and I have been like, we've been selling stuff, selling the
Selling
pants off
fools.
stuff this month.
Yep. Thanks to Phil and I.
And,
And-
is there a
And
contest?
it's almost a tie at this point, and today's the last day of the month.
It is the last day.
Well,
So-
Mark came up to me the other day and he's like, I've been checking sales. He's like, all week. And he says, we just keep flip flopping, like who has like more sales at any point during the day. I didn't realize that we were that close, but it's like, it basically flops like 500 to $1,000.
I think you guys are like 2,000 apart right now.
Yep.
Who's winning?
I think Phil
I can't
is.
remember.
I think I fell behind.
Okay, so we are live, and if you are a client of Probetus and you are working with Phil or Mark, now is your opportunity to really just
Get those
flip
orders
it.
in.
Yep.
Before 3 o'clock, though. Has to be before 3 o'clock.
Is
Why?
that when we call the contest?
Well, that's when I can get your clothes.
Well, the order still goes
Still
in,
put
though.
the order in.
Yeah, I'm counting it.
You
till-
can quit
I'm
calling
counting it
Phil
till
at
5.
3. Call me until 5.
Stop me at 3. Keep getting Mark until 5. Yeah.
That is a deep technique, Mark Jensen. I like it. All right, so let's start with brats. Okay. I find that people who don't know how to correctly grill brats bug me.
They bug you.
Yeah, like there's one correct way to grill a brat. I should even just say cook
On
a
the
brat.
grill?
On the grill, but I mean there's a correct way to do it as well. Do you
Just
all know
put
how
it
to
on
do
the-
it?
Put it on the grill.
Wrong. Mark,
Oh.
Soak it in beer first. Marinate in beer.
soak and marinate are two very different things, and
Not
both
really.
both of those are wrong. Okay, wrong. Wrong. Phil, how do you properly cook a brat? I think I taught it to you.
Do you first hug the brat?
Okay, I have to ask. No, I have to
To
ask a
prepare
qualifier.
it?
I'm not trying to derail the speed of your question, but like, are they uncooked or are they pre-cooked?
There's no such thing as a pre-cooked brat.
Okay, then
I mean, in my humble opinion,
I guess it depends on what kind of brats you're buying.
IMHO,
do you
in my humble opinion,
do you butterfly them and lay them flat?
No.
Okay, I've seen that done.
Okay.
Then I guess I don't know the answer.
All right.
Enlighten us.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
This will change your lives and anybody else who does not know how to properly cook a brat. And apparently this is just a family thing because most of the people I talk to, they're like, "Oh, that's a good idea." Now, Mark was the closest because he said soak or marinate in beer, which it does not work because if you soak something, it doesn't really cook it.
That just sounds gross.
It's just kind of laying there and it's
But I think that's what
grayish.
that's the
Yeah,
pre-cook
he was
game.
prepping it.
That's the pre-game. Then you
so-
put it on the grill.
right. So you actually have to boil it.
Yep.
That's the word Mark was looking for.
Oh.
There's a lot of bright lights in here, and I think he was under pressure.
Right, because I think we're going to have a war on our message board.
Uh-oh.
Somebody just said, Steve, brats are good in an air fryer. I hope Katie's not listening.
They're very good in there.
But Katie chimed in and said, I'm still ahead in sales, which I appreciate that, Katie. You know what would be great is if we had Katie on as a guest.
Are you working for Katie?
No,
yeah,
not, no.
Phil,
No.
you're going to get the evil eye.
the next one is going to be Mark going, I think Gary should be on.
Oh, boy.
Both of whom are very heavily campaigned to be on. So you take the brat, and I'm a Johnsonville brat snob probably because that's what I grew up with. But any raw brat, so it could be from L&M Meats, it could be the whatever the
Minnesota Twins ones.
yeah the what now?
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan
or whatever.
Sheboygan brats. Okay, so anything that's a raw brat that comes in package, what you do is you put. I usually do 2 beers and probably about 12 or so ounces of water, and then I cut up an onion,
Ooh.
and then I cut up a jalapeno,
Oh, now you have my attention.
and I put it all in there, and I get that to a boil, and then I put the brat in. And I like to cook the brat to about 150, 155 degrees. So I'll put a meat thermometer inside of it. If you don't have a meat thermometer, you can cook a raw brat that's not frozen to about 20 minutes. And if it's frozen, I'd say 30, 35 minutes. And then you get it to about that 150. Then you take it out of said liquid, let it rest, and then you put it on a hot grill and you char the crap out of it for like 3-4 minutes on each side. It's the only way to eat a brat. Once you eat a brat that way, you will never eat a brat again. Phil, what are your thoughts?
That sounds delicious, and I think that you should make that recipe for all of us, and then we can try it out.
Potluck.
Oh, we could do a potluck with that. We don't have a grill at the office.
We can
That
get it
said,
taken
an air fryer.
This episode brought to you by Weber. We'll get a grill.
Weber, Traeger, whoever wants to send us a grill, I'm fine. It could be like XYZ brand from Indonesia. I don't care as long as it's a free grill that you send to Probitas. That's fine. 1123 North 42nd Street, Grand Forks, North Dakota 58203.
We're going to get a
That's
package from Indonesia.
What if we get 30
Oh my God.
grills?
Then we have 30 cookouts.
Yes.
Then we just have a contest.
New cookout for each grill.
I would like to go on record saying that I don't grill things. That's my husband's job.
Okay. That's very sexist of you.
No, I love.
I don't like the propane.
No, it's just defined roles.
Yes.
They amongst
It's not
themselves.
Did you say
no.
propane?
Yeah, I don't like to
Oh.
do
Between those two, her and her husband, they have defined where their areas are.
Yeah.
And it probably works great.
Well, see,
No,
when we're
I-
camping, we use the Blackstone. So we have propane that hooks up to it. If I have to cook something while we're camping, I like to use my waffle maker. I like to use my griddle.
Air fryer?
You know, I don't have one in my camper.
Wow, that surprises
Well,
me.
the whole oven thing is a debate because I'd like to get rid of it. I don't use the oven in the camper.
I bet you'd use an air fryer, but it
I
does
would-
take a lot of electricity.
I would love to use an air fryer. Well, and you can only use one appliance at a time. Like you can either microwave or you can coffee pot. Like you can't do both.
So, well, I told you this already, but Dad's Airstream, his oven is convertible air fryer,
Genius.
convection oven. So it kind of, it now, well, granted, you'd have to buy a ridiculously new Airstream to do that. But they apparently have caught up with that idea, which is kind of fun.
We could just take the oven out and put an air fryer in.
Man, if only you knew a certified RV
my
technician
gosh.
that could help you
If
with
only
that.
I knew one.
This episode brought to you by Adventureland,
Adventureland
RV.
Total RV.
Is he sending us a check?
No.
Oh,
No.
oh, it's brought to.
Yeah.
Got you.
He
I
paid
thought
for
he was paying
advertisement.
for advertising to be on.
No, he's not paying.
He
for
does
advertising.
he does let you come here and hang out
Let?
with us. Yeah. As you let him grill.
We're back
He
to the
lets
defined
you-
roles
Yeah,
again.
that,
Right,
that got a little
exactly.
weird there. No.
Oh,
Nobody.
maybe you should go back to work and start shopping for handbags and shoes, Chrissy.
I want to say Chrissy started it.
I love how
I did start nothing.
Katie is like triggered by the air fryer conversation, and so she's like, "I'm out of the potluck if an air fryer is present."
Okay, so that said, so I think this could be the linchpin that gets Katie on board because she has never given a real chance. I guarantee it. And this is something we've gone. It's probably since she started. There's been this divide in the office: air fryer, not air fryer.
It's
and
us against her. We're all air fryers.
If she
She's
comes
not.
next week as a guest,
Oh my goodness.
she can give us her difference between air fryer and convection oven speech, and it is quite convincing.
I don't know. I'm an air fryer girl.
Yeah. So I will say this about the brats. Excuse me, I'm going through puberty again. With the brats, and you cook it that way when you boil it or soak it, as Mark likes to call it. You can in the winter cook with it if you don't have a grill outside in the air fryer, and it's like really close. It's like 90% on like on a grill. I mean,
I
it
have a
crisps
question.
it pretty good.
What about the oven? Because I don't have a grill and I have some brats. I was wondering if I
Oven's
should
not
bake
as
them.
good.
Do you have an
Bacon.
air fryer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Done.
air fryer it. Air fry it. You'll love it.
I have a question. Are you as detailed when cooking burgers as you are with brats? Like you have a whole system.
Well,
what about the burgers?
Let's talk about burgers.
They're feeling left out.
Juicy Lucy's.
Ooh.
Dangerous or delicious? Go.
Dangerously delicious.
Ooh, Mark, Juicy Lucy's, dangerous or delicious?
Delicious dangerously.
Ooh, Phil, it's a tiebreaker.
No, I am not a fan. I am not a fan.
So it's
Really?
neither dangerous.
They are dangerous
Okay,
because
then
they
he's
are
gonna
dangerous.
call it
yeah.
dangerous.
Like
He's-
hot boiling cheese squirting out. Like you don't like that?
I don't like. So I used to be a big fan of pizza burgers, and at the restaurant I
What's
worked
a
at,
pizza burger?
Yeah, what is that?
so it's a normal hamburger patty, and at the restaurant,
And now you say restaurant. Could you please describe what type of
Yeah.
Are we using the word restaurant loosely here?
no. So I am from Garrison, North Dakota.
Okay.
At the time, I worked at the Four Seasons Restaurant and Ice Cream Parlor right at the end of Main Street next to a gigantic walleye called Wally.
Okay.
My boss, Brian Seiler, and but we used to make pizza burgers there, and it's a hamburger patty. We would put marinara sauce on top and melt the mozzarella cheese. That was my first introduction to the pizza burger. Loved it. And I went to a different establishment one time. They had a pizza burger on the menu. I'm like, great. and I burned myself severely because they did it Juicy Lucy style, where they basically put the cheese inside of the patty
Oh.
and, does the classic explosion. It was not.
So
It was not good.
Did you know it was?
I had no idea what to. I bit into it thinking it's just going to be like we have back home.
Wow. I would, if that was my story, I would vote dangerous as well.
Yeah, I don't like it. And so now if I see a pizza burger on a menu, I'm highly suspect because a lot of places put it in the patty itself, and it's just, to me, it's not as good, and you get way less toppings. Like, you got to try to cram it in this little pocket instead of just slathering it on top.
No, I think a Juicy Lucy you can. I think the main thing with the Juicy Lucy is there's cheese on the inside. You could
Correct.
still top it, right?
Yeah, I
mean,
agree.
you could still like put tomatoes and lettuce and ketchup and.
But
all
you
that
do
stuff.
have to proceed with caution. He's not wrong.
Oh, for sure. And if they don't let you know that pizza burger is loaded, I think you sue that restaurant. What was the name of the restaurant? Do you remember?
I don't remember the place I tried it at.
Lesser lawsuits have won.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
think
you gotta
statute
make
of
sure-
limitations is up at this point.
We don't know for sure what the restaurant statute of, and you've got some maybe serious emotional scarring.
Maybe you can get all the Juicy Lucy naysayers together and do a class action lawsuit.
Wow, now we're getting some legal terms.
Have you guys ever gotten those in the mail and thought, maybe I'll call the number? Or does it go immediately in the trash?
I don't think I've
Trash.
ever gotten one in the mail.
I get these things all the time, and I'm just like, nobody's given me anything. This is real life, and I throw it away.
So I think we need to. This is an opportunity. We have a public platform right now. If you out there have ever experienced a Juicy Lucy injury or a pizza burger injury, please contact Phil Irwin. You can find his information at probituspromo.com.
And then switch the camera to me.
And
We'll make sure your claim is approved. Otherwise, your legal fees are free.
Whoa. No promising anything you can't deliver.
There's gonna be so many like little words going on at the bottom of this.
I just love the ones where
Disclaimer.
like they get the lawyer that looks like he could beat you up, and he's like, "I will take care of your claim."
I like how you can't even say it seriously,
can't do
even
it.
like after your second
I
try.
can't
It's
do
like,
it.
no, not good. So I would say burgers. You asked. We talked Juicy Lucy. Like, do you have a burger recipe that you go by? Like, this is my burger. If I'm gonna make a burger, I'm gonna make it.
No, I don't like to touch the meat. I don't even like to patty it. Like, that's not my job.
Is that also Jamie's job?
Yes, although he's been doing smash burgers lately. His newest thing is smash burgers because he was making these burgers and they were too big for the buns. And then I was like, you're making the burgers too big. So he started smashing them down, and he's so excited because he gets so many more burgers out of the pound of meat.
So does he smash them on the grill, or
Yes.
does he smash them first? And
No,
then put them
he
on the
smashes
grill?
them on the grill, and then the little one always wants a pipsqueak patty.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
he
awesome.
makes little ones, and we call them the pipsqueak patties.
So does he?
They make their patties so thin, the in-laws will not return.
So to smash them, does
See,
he use
another
like the little
commercial,
grill
like-
weight?
Well, he was using his spatulas,
Yeah.
but then my sister got him an actual smash burger smasher
That's
for his
cool.
birthday, like a cast iron.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Well, how about you, Mark Jensen? Do you have a go-to burger recipe?
No, just for my meatloaf.
What he means, Matt, is that he has a go-to recipe
No,
for his meatloaf, but
I
not for
get-
burgers.
No, burgers like
I
because
get- no,
but I like fried onions on my burger and bacon.
Ooh.
Okay,
that
so
sounds
that's like
good.
that's a legitimate answer. Like, you could have said that, but
And
instead
relish.
you're like, no, but I have a meatloaf.
He was plugging
on.
his meatloaf recipe.
To who?
I don't know. Listeners.
Well, you gave him step by step how to make brats. Let the man talk.
Yeah.
Mark, would you like to share, or have I offended you?
No.
FYI, I love onions. I like to put mine on raw.
I've literally never offended Mark Jensen in like 11 years, so that is a complete lie. Mark, please tell us your meatloaf recipe.
I can't. It's a family secret.
See, and that's the other part. I knew he was going to say that too. All right, Phil.
I can't give it all my good
Yeah,
recipes.
Yeah, I know. I got it. Phil, do you have a go-to burger recipe?
Yeah, not for the burger itself, but for toppings, I really like cheddar cheese. If you can get a medium or sharp cheddar, melted while it's still on the grill. And I usually will put on barbecue sauce. And if there's leftover bacon, which I know that's not really a thing, leftover bacon. But if there happens to be
there is
magical
bacon.
in the fridge, I will throw that on there too. And it's so funny because by the time I finish making my burger, like all the kids have already kind of eaten. So they're doing their ketchup and mustard thing and they're like, what did you put on yours? And then they start eating mine and then I have less of my burger. Which brings us back to the quote, instead of a side, I'll just grab another one.
Exactly. Take another burger. And with that, we are going to head out of here and say thank you for another great episode. I'll
Don't
write
forget
that
to
down.
grill this weekend.
Yes.
Your last time.
Labor Day weekend. Enjoy, everybody. Until next time.